The following program is brought to you by Naleo TV, the people's platform.
Aloha! Welcome to it. Episode number 67 of Coulda, Shoulda, Woulda. J-E-I-B-E.
John Henry.
Thanks very much for tuning in. And
Yeah.
John, let's get right into it, boy.
There's no time to waste.
Great week, boy. First game we had for you to join us in watching.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a lot closer to this, John, because I firmly was moving into the Jags camp as being a believer.
Sure.
But whoa, did the Rams... And this was after a week in their home stadium. Right?
That's true. Correct.
That's because the owner, right, Shah, is from England.
Is that one of the reasons they're spending so much time there?
Yeah. So the whole week there they were. Mm-hmm. And I guess they enjoyed themselves too much and were still
Too
saying,
comfortable.
Hey, man, we're the guys that beat Kansas City.
That might be part of the problem, and I understand why people are on the Jacksonville train. That was a really good win against Kansas City. And maybe we're hanging on to that a bit much. But I like the Rams in this one, and so did you. We both picked the Rams to win. We just probably didn't think it was going to be so lopsided and such an easy contest for the Rams. And my simple notes on this one are, the sacks. Slowed them down. So the Jags put up yards, but it's those sacks that are going to kill you.
They had 7 players.
Yeah.
Okay. Had
7?
3 QB pressures. Okay.
Oh, wow.
They had 6 that had at least 1 sack of Lawrence.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Share the wealth of putting him on the ground. Yeah, and then I look here, the 120 yards on 13 penalties. It's just, you're not going to get it going.
He was overthrowing people. He just was not in sync with what was going on. I don't know if it was the water or what, but Matthew Stafford, boy,
he was
wow.
in sync,
And
not
again,
sinking.
no Puka.
Right.
Okay?
No Puka, no problem. Problem, but not really. Not that day.
So what they do, they
take a break.
McVay says, we're going to our tight ends, okay?
Yeah.
Threw the ball around, boy.
Yes, he did.
He had
Spread
10
it
players
around.
recording receptions. 3 tight ends caught passes on his first 3 attempts.
Yeah.
Harrison Ferguson, a new
Yeah,
weapon
target.
there. He got his first career touchdown. But again, the biggest thing for him, 5th career 5 TD game, man.
It's a boatload. Part of the reason why is if you look closely at this, 3 of those touchdowns were basically goal line throws, which is interesting to me. We know that they lost a tough game, I believe, of Kyron Williams fumbling at the goal line.
At the goal
I
line.
start to wonder now if you go like, I don't know, though, that's really sustainable football to have 3 touchdowns, because I know Devontae Adams had 3 touchdowns totaling less than 6 yards. It's kind of crazy, right?
How do you do that? Well,
Because you're not running it in at that point, and I don't know if that's really how you want to play professional football going forward, but it worked on this day.
Now, their defense played up to par, man, the Rams, that is, but the Jags offense, okay, they go into Rams territory 6 straight drives on either side of halftime and scores 0 points.
Correct. Cannot finish. Yeah, the sacks, the penalties. Yeah.
Hunter made his appearance
That's
again.
good news. The one bright spot.
At the
Travis
end
Hunter,
of the ball game, meaningless touchdown.
To you, baby. Not to Mr. Hunter. His first of many, maybe. And maybe a changing game plan, too, because I don't see him out there much doing things.
That was
he's kind of inconspicuous.
Even defensive-wise.
Yeah, anything. Nothing of note, but he's probably helping. And they still are 4-3. They're second in their division. Let's just kind of bring up where they're at, who they're looking up at. And we'll talk about the Colts soon, probably. They deserve some. The Colts deserve a little bit of talk, too, right? Yeah.
But you mentioned the Rams 5-2, followed by a Frisco 5-2, Seattle 4-2, and Arizona at the bottom 2-5. Their season's pretty much over.
Oh, on that side of the ledger for the Rams, they're number 1.
Yeah,
for now.
No doubt about
it.
it.
They earned that with some tough losses.
All right, let's go to game number 2, Eagles and the Vikings. A little bit closer than we thought. Oh, by the way, we both got our Rams pick correct. So, Mr. Hurts, boy.
What's up with that?
37-yard TD to A.J. Brown. 79-yard TD to Devontae Smith. 26-yarder to Brown again, man.
Good, yeah.
He's just throwing bombs, but hey.
Looked like the Super Bowl.
Yeah, very much so.
Right? Balls in the air.
That's what made me MVP. I'm MVP of this ball game as well.
Landing in the basket. Reminded you of that, something we hadn't seen since the Super Bowl. Like it could never happen. And because Saquon still has not had a real game yet to this date, right? So he shows up, and I see over here that 158.3 passer rating, which I don't understand passer rating, but I understand
Perfect.
158.3 is as good as you can do
Yes,
on any given
indeed.
day.
Yes, indeed.
So kudos to him. Winning games in different ways. My notes here too is that I don't feel like Frankenstein has risen. The monster's not back. The monster's not rebuilt. This is not good enough for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
28-22
Yeah.
against Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
I don't think the monster's back. But I mean, winning the game in this way, in this fashion, again, 2.4 yards per carry for Saquon. You're not counting on that.
Yeah. What happened to that running game? Now, they've had problems on the offensive line, so that's what's going on there. But you mentioned Wentz, okay? This was his opportunity to solidify it and say, hey, I'm making a run for number 1 QB for the Vikings, but did not have a good ball game for himself.
Not really. The yards are there, but he's throwing it so much, and then the interception.
Interceptions.
Yeah, against the team that drafted him. I don't think that matters at all. If you go back at history, this team drafted him, and he was highly regarded. And then old Nick Foles won the Super Bowl instead of him, and then was Aloha Wentz, and he's been all over the place since then. Where did he Wentz? We don't know, but he lands here. He's throwing for yards. I can't figure.
313 yards, man.
Who are the Vikings? Let's forget about the fact that even the Vikings probably don't know right now who their quarterback
Right.
is. I mean,
Still don't.
I don't know McCarthy's health status. Nobody's telling us. That might mean something right there. But even with a quarterback, I can't figure this team out. I don't know. They're 3-3. I know that. They're last in their division at 3-3. That's interesting to have a even record and be last in your division. But who are the Vikings? What feel do you have for them?
They got in the red zone 6 times.
Is that right?
Scored once.
That's
One
what it
out of
says.
6, man.
And for all you math fans out there, that's 17%. That's not very good for anything.
The worst red zone rate for Minnesota in a game with 6 or more red zone drives since 2000.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again,
moving the ball,
yeah.
but just
Not able to get it done. One big thing that Philadelphia had going for them, which I know that you put a lot of emphasis on, is one Jalen Carter. He returned to action, made a world of difference, okay?
oh buddy.
Quote
buddy.
unquote, it's a completely different Eagles D when he's on the field.
It's a completely different team. His defense is so and did you see him put that hit on Wentz that resulted in, I don't know if it was a pick 6, but it was a pick.
Man, I thought it was going to get
Holy cow.
It was going to be a roughing the passer with some body on that one, man.
Listen, Jalen Carter is guilty of roughing the passer before the ball is snapped. No, just because he's that scary.
Yeah, man.
And it was a completely legitimate hit that roughed the passer, but you can't throw a flag on that. But what a hit.
They showed a couple of shots
Holy
of his
cow.
facial where he's wincing, walking back to the huddle and such, boy.
I'm just glad he's still with us. And furthermore, though, a sack would have been better. That guy, Jalen Carter, more talk about Jalen Carter. He deserves it. He
Yeah.
matters. And the games that he hasn't been there have been different.
Yep. Very much different. So
Yeah.
we'll get into that a little
He's
bit
your
more
Micah Parsons.
a little later on. Also, Devontae Smith, man, career high 183 yards, receiving yards, and a touchdown on 9 receptions.
Yeah, big day. I mean, most of the yards from the Jalen Hurts wasn't playing around. He went to Brown and Smith. Well, didn't spread it around a lot.
No.
Big yards for your big boys, for your big money guys. Do it like that, old school. It's a win. They're 5-2. They're number 1 in their division. They're clearly ahead. That they're okay, but I need to see more because I don't know who Minnesota is. I don't know what that means to beat Minnesota right now. I don't know what it means. It's good. It's better
Yeah.
than losing. I know Kevin O'Connell is both smarter than me and is around that team all the time, but I have to wonder if he's wondering the same thing. Who are we? And don't know what to expect to show up in any way, shape, or form. I don't think they've been blown out a lot. They show up, but it's not enough. They're not there. And I don't know what the goal is this year.
All right, moving on to week number 7, Colts and the Los Angeles Chargers. I really thought the Chargers were going to put up a better showing than this, but boy, Daniel Jones, it's harder and harder to say that he's not on top tier status of QBs out there. He's putting up some fantastic numbers. Now, he's got a lot of help having Jonathan Taylor as your running back, who's now getting some MVP votes as well.
Yeah, the near halfway point MVP, Baker Mayfield Award. And am I a believer now? I should be at this point, but you
Man.
picked the Colts to win.
Yeah.
You're doing pretty good so far on all your picks, but I went with the Chargers. I don't know why. You told me Alt was going to be back, and
Yeah,
he
he was
wasn't.
not.
So you tricked me there.
My bad.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know that would have mattered that much because the Colts never. They were just in command in this game from the go.
Now, again,
from the
kudos
jump.
to Daniel, okay, because just like Hurts, he dished the ball off to 7 different targets, okay?
Yeah.
Tyler Warren, that QB from Penn State, man, that guy has become a weapon and a half. He's got Michael Pittman there, and then we just mentioned Jonathan Taylor ripping off runs left and right, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
In fact, he's on pace right now for the rest of the season, okay, on pace to get 27 touchdowns and over 2,145 yards is what I read.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a good offensive line. And the defense is nothing to sleep on either, boy. The Y&I product. DeForest Buckner, 2 big
Love
sacks, okay?
Quietly still great.
Yep.
When he came over from San Fran, big contract. He's been in Indy. He stuck around through the hard times, DeForest I'm talking about.
Right.
He stuck around through the lean times, and now he's reaping the
Paying
rewards
off,
of
man.
that contract, and so are they. And since you trolled me with the Daniel Jones things, I'll just point out the obvious thing that is exciting to me and surprising is that I understand he's got the line, he's got Taylor, he's got people to throw the ball to that are going to catch it. But that being the case, they, meaning the Colts, are winning these games because he's not getting sacked. 1 sack on this day, that's it. He's not fumbling and he's not throwing it away. So not throwing it away, not fumbling it, not getting sacked. Those are 3 things that he was doing in New York. What a difference it makes.
Time,
it's just
boy.
incredible
Big
that
time.
he has so much confidence and he's playing so much better. Is it that much different? Or have the Colts really been waiting that long for somebody to come along and save them? And my gosh, it's Daniel Jones.
Well, they lead their division 6 games, 1 loss, or 6 wins, 1 loss. Jacksonville following up 4-3. Houston 2-3.
Mr. Orozco lead their division. I believe they're leading the entire NFL in record. Do they have the #1 record in the NFL?
Yes, they do.
They mean the Colts. Just so you can keep them, but it's the Colts we're talking about. On a strong run game, really stout defense, and Daniel Jones and their 1 loss, the Rams. They probably should have won that too. Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah, there you
could
go,
be
man.
undefeated. What are we talking about here? This is insanity. It's not, though. It's me not believing in Daniel Jones. Thank God Daniel Jones believes in himself more than I do.
Real quickly, back to Jonathan Taylor has more than 3+ rushing touchdown games in 2025 than the rest of the NFL combined.
What would that be, 1? I mean, even no.
He has 10 rushing TDs over the last 5 games. The last
Holy
player
cow.
with 10+ was himself. Cowboys 44, Washington 22. I was looking at the game, watching the game. I said, "Oh my God, they switched uniforms." The Commanders look like the Cowboys defense, and the Cowboys
Porous.
defense. I've not seen that defense before. They played pretty darn good on the weekend, and you cannot say enough about Dak Prescott. What a quarterback we have with weapons. Now, I would say to you, man, Dak Prescott equals Patrick Mahomes. Worthy equals CD, okay? Rashad equals Turpin, okay?
Pickens is who's got. I don't know who's Pickens for the Chiefs, but what are we doing here?
3 and 3.
Yeah.
They got 3 wide receivers.
Okay.
They got a good tight
Yes.
end. Kelsey,
Yeah.
we got a good tight end.
We got a-
It's
yeah.
a very
Got
good-looking
Ferguson.
offense. Yeah. We just don't have the defensive yet. I still don't believe in the defense. They ended up playing a little over 50% zone, and the rest of it man-to-man, which threw off the Washington Commanders. And again, my bad on that because I chose the Commanders thinking that Debo was going to play. I didn't think McLaurin was going to play. Plus, Noah Brown was out.
Noah Brown
okay,
was out,
so
too.
again, who's he throwing to? But still, we win. And that was the one pick that I did not get right.
Yeah, I'm going to point that out. The one, otherwise you'd have a clean sheet, as they say. But
Right.
You pick against the boys at your own peril, I say to you, sir. But that's fine. And then, as you pointed out, some problems there for the Commanders is who to throw the ball to. When I saw that their top 3 pass catchers out, I said, you know what? That pretty much evens it up for our defense then. That puts us on an even keel, I would say. Our defense is so bad that we need your top 3 targets to be out in order to start at an even plane, and then our defense played very well.
And we did get a couple of players back as well. Bland ends up having a 63-yard touchdown, INT, pick 6.
That was nice to see again because we saw that a lot in a certain year, never saw it again. But I think, to me, the real turning point in this game, if you will, be minus the injury to Jaden Daniels, which could be a problem as a hamstring injury, which brought Mariota in for that aforementioned pick 6. But prior to that, just before the half, the Commanders had gotten it to 20-15, and I'm like, here we go.
Yep.
And not Dex, here we go. It's more like, here we go again. This is going down the chutes, if you know what I mean.
Right.
I turned a channel.
Boom.
I turned a channel.
You missed it.
I missed it. I had to go back and watch that quick strike 3-play drive to say, we're not letting this, meaning the boys, are not letting this one get away. And scoring in under a minute to put it back up to a double-digit lead, I was like, I like
this is looking pretty good for us today.
Then to like you said before, you're mentioning the Chiefs' offense. I mean, the Cowboys' offense is ranked number 1 in the league,
right?
In so many categories, and the number 1 overall. But when you add those categories up, it's kind of crazy in that way. And that was true even without CeeDee Lamb. And now we got CeeDee back.
Dak.
And we don't have Rico Dowdle.
Dak has 3+ touchdown passes and 0 interceptions in 4 straight games. A new Cowboy franchise record.
And I don't know, has Kenny Clark done anything yet?
We haven't heard his name very much.
Watching Kenny Clark shows up on that defense and stopping that run and shoring up those lanes and watch out.
Final game, Denver 33, NYG 32. Man, first off, I can't remember the kicker's name, and thank goodness for that because I don't want to make him feel worse, but he missed 2 extra points.
Of course, I left this game, too, to go do other things. I left this
19 to nothing. Why wouldn't you?
Mrs. Henrys, you can watch this Broncos game. I'm good with the Cowboys game. We're good. I'm going to go do some good things. I have things to do other than football. I don't need to see the rest of this. She goes, why would I want to watch this Broncos game? I go, I don't know why. Because at that point, it was what it was.
Yeah. 19 to nothing, fourth quarter. 1,605 games have been played when a team has been trailing by 19 points. All of them lost. Except for yesterday. 33 points scored in the fourth quarter by the Broncos.
When you've scored nothing to that point, that's the more amazing part to me. I know the 33 just in one quarter is amazing, and no crazy scoop and scores or pick sixes.
Well, they had a couple of bounce off of one player, and the other guy catches.
Understood, but then so to that end, so you're thinking, the Broncos, they get that bounce off one guy, the other guy catches the end zone. Oh, they're lucky now. The very next drive, the Giants got their own bounce. It looked like a forward lateral. So I'm like, well, the BS scores have evened themselves up now, right? We're good to go. That doesn't mean anything now. Those canceled each other out. But the BS continued, if you want to say that. And then Bo Nix just couldn't do anything because the Giants defense, which when it shows up, which is, again, I don't understand the Giants defense.
And it's a good defense.
Is it, though? The boys scored 40 on them at one point.
I
don't know if they're good.
I did not understand the last drive of the Broncos, okay? They ended up having fourth and a good chunk of yardage, and the Giants elect to go into a prevent defense. We're going to rush 3, drop 8 back.
Yeah.
And we're going to prevent ourselves from winning.
Going to bleed that clock out. They're going to bleed that clock out.
Yeah.
And which in turn ends up bleeding the clock out perfectly for the Broncos to mount a perfectly executed game-winning field goal drive with no timeouts and killing the clock with 2 seconds, getting on top of that ball, spiking it with 2 seconds, looking like a pro football team looks.
Man, alive. At home, boy.
Yeah,
all right,
buddy.
well, nonetheless, Denver leads that division 5-2, followed by 4-3 KC.
Yeah.
KC say we're not over yet, baby.
That's
LAC
scary lead.
4-3.
Yeah.
And then, I don't want to talk about that.
Well, it drops the Giants.
Raiders.
Drops the Giants to 2-5 too. I know Dable was looking at 3-4, looking pretty good, and now you're last in that division to the
But you're looking at they have got their quarterback now. They
100%.
have got their running back, Scatterboo. Okay,
100%.
They got some good receivers that are good. Had they still had Malik Neighbors, that would have been even better.
Watch out when he comes back next year.
But
next year,
let's hop into that right now, man. Giants for week number 8. Here's the 5 games we're thinking you should check out as well.
We're staying on the Giants.
Let's
stay on the Giants. Giants.
5
I
at
don't
the
care.
Eagles 5-2. Are these Giants for real? Are
Wait.
what we looked at and we saw in the very first part of that Bronco game? Wow, is this a team, or is it the one that fell apart towards the end?
Help me out because the weeks kind of get blurry together. Didn't we get to this point by the Giants beating the Eagles already this year? I thought they already played them and beat them. Are playing them again already?
In week number
place.
5,
right.
They won a comeback victory 21-17.
Yeah. Yep.
Handed the Eagles their first loss of the
that's
season,
right.
okay?
They killed the monster.
The Eagles had a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
But the Broncos scored
Coughed it
2
up.
touchdowns, including
Okay.
the game winner from Nix to Ingram, and then secure the win with a defensive stop. That was a Hail Mary in the end zone.
Okay.
Devontae had his hands on it, and
Yep.
behind him was Brown.
Trying to high point
almost
it. Okay. All right.
got knocked out of
So
their
we
hands.
got a rematch already, and a critical one at that.
Right.
Philly needs to get back on that win train. They need to get to 6-2. They don't need another loss, another setback. And this would be, going to 2-6 for the Giants. It would really halt their momentum, even though we all feel great about their future. But what about this year? And what about just continuing to build that momentum? I'm going to stick with picking the teams I want to win versus what I think will probably happen. I like to think the Giants are going to be able to recover quickly from that crushing loss because, man, I saw so much to like in that game.
Yes.
And by the way, even after being up, like you said, 19-0, I think 26-8, the Giants lost that lead and regained it. So that shows me something right there.
Yeah.
They didn't just lose the
with
lead.
a minimal amount of time left as well.
Yeah, well, you thought, with not a lot out there, but making the plays, and Jackson Dart making those plays. So there's a lot there to like. I'm going to pick the Giants to bounce back from that tough loss and beat Philly and make Philly even wonder a little bit who they are, what they are, where they're going. I know it's still so early in the season, but I'm going to pick the Giants to another close one. I love close games. 28-27 Giants.
28-27. And I will go with the Eagles saying, hey,
Enough
let's
already.
go ahead and do some major damage here. I'm going to go 34-17.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Put them back in their place,
Even,
right?
Even though I believe in Jackson Dart, I think he's going to be a good quarterback for the future. All right, Bears at Ravens. Bears 4-2 at Ravens 1-5. Why would you choose that game, J.E.? Well,
so you asked.
Lamar Jackson
Since you
comes
asked.
back.
Okay,
and,
good.
And
That's
now
why.
they have to go on a run, the Ravens, to make themselves relevant in that division, the North, boy, because Steelers are going to run away with it if they don't watch out.
This is the consummate must-win then. You've
Yes.
got Lamar back.
Yes.
You've got Chicago coming in on a 4-game win streak, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
too. Lost their first 2, won their last 4. Haven't really been winning. They, meaning the Bears, have not really been winning these games on the strength of Caleb Williams' arm. It's been more complimentary football. Rushing, he's played okay, and he hasn't hurt him. I'm going to pick the Bears to come in and, quote-unquote, in Baltimore's season, so to speak, because I think it's just too much of a hill to climb, even though we're seeing that AFC North division getting a little more interesting with what happened on Thursday's game. A super fun game between the 2 old men, Rodgers and
That was pretty good, man.
Just go ahead and insert Joe Flacco in there,
they
and he's
call
a
that-
masterpiece.
They called it the icy freeze game.
Oh yeah, the icy hot, putting on
Icy hot, that's what it was.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna say Ben Gay for us older people is what used to smell that stuff we put. But anyway, I'm gonna pick the Bears. I think that the coach has got something there to help them win games, and I'm gonna pick the Bears 25-22, a weird score.
All right.
Yeah.
And I will go with Lamar.
I was hoping so. Let's just be on
Going
opposite
with
sides of
Lamar.
this thing. Yeah.
And I don't know. He's going to have to score a lot of points because I don't think their defense is very good.
I just don't think it's healthy
well,
yet.
okay?
Yeah, ever will be.
So I will go 27 for the Ravens.
Okay.
And 20 for the Bears.
That seems reasonable.
All right. So Bills at Panthers 4-2 at 4-3.
Yeah.
Early ball game Sunday 7 a.m. Hawaii time. Go.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
That's your
of
team, boy. It's
I'm
your
so
wife's
scared.
team.
They have to win. I'm not picking against them. They have to win. It's a kind of a must win. They're in a slump. They beating the Bills. And Carolina, they don't know what to get. I think Bryce Young's okay. He went out of that game for a little while. They're at home. I'm picking the Bills, obviously, to bounce back. And I'm going to have the Bills winning this one 31-23.
I believed in Bryce Young,
Yeah.
but he's been hurt. I'm not sure if he's going to play again. Andy Dalton did not impress me.
No,
So
that's fair.
if I had the opportunity to say, well, if he plays, this is what the score is going to be. But I don't have that luxury.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with the Bills being the overall better team and have them winning handily 33 to 17. Cowboys at Denver. This is going to be a pivotal game for
exciting.
the blue and silver, okay? Going up against the Big Orange Crush there. 3-3-1 at 5-2.
Division leading 5-2, Denver. Yeah, coming off of that massive win against one of our division counterparts, the New York Giants. I told you last time, I'm not changing my mind. I will never change my mind. Even I will change it, but I'm going to say right now, I'll never change my mind. I'm sticking with the boys. Denver's coming off that thing. They're going to have a hangover. Sean Payton always wanted to be the Cowboys coach. He's got that thing going on
Okay,
there.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. And then maybe, no, I don't want him to be. I don't care. So I'm going to say the boys are unstoppable offense. Our offense is just, the boys are going to make some noise, okay?
All right.
And they're going to score just enough. They're going to score 27 points, right? And
28, okay.
27. They're going to score
27.
27, and they're going to hold Denver to a meager 17. It's going to be a double-digit win for the boys. They're going to put themselves on the map at this
All right.
one.
Well, I'm going big time on the Cowboys now, but they got everybody back on offense.
Yes, Jay's back in.
Another 30-plus ball game for the
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Why not?
I will go 38
Whoa.
for the Cowboys, 28 for Denver.
Good enough for me. We both got them winning by 10. You're back with the boys, and it feels good. Welcome home.
Standalone NBC Peacock ball game. Packers
I'm-
4-1.
Yeah.
That one was against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
At Steelers 4-2. Aaron Rodgers won't go away. I'm not leaving here. Okay.
Nope. So many things to like about this game, not just the standings that they're both, up there in their divisions. And it's a reunion game, obviously. It's Aaron Rodgers playing against Green Bay, but playing at home. He throws the ball better than anybody I've ever seen throw it. That was one of my takeaways from that game.
The final.
You know which one I'm talking about.
The Hail Mary at the very end,
just that.
70 yards.
That
man.
alone, right? With that old arm, he got it there easy. But I was thinking about that throw he had before for that touchdown to the tight end, which is the best throw I've seen in years.
And
just the trajectory, just the timing and everything like that. You can't doubt that. But I like Micah Parsons. That's the worst thing in the world for Aaron Rodgers is a guy like Micah Parsons coming in, and that's going to be the difference in this game. And I like Green Bay winning this game. I'm going to say 31 for Green Bay.
All right.
And again, I think Rodgers is going to struggle. Micah's going to be all over him, and they're going to struggle to put up 21 points. Another 10-point victory.
All right. 31-21.
Yeah. What do you got?
I'll go
Who you
the
like?
other
Who you like?
direction. I'm going to go with Steelers playing at home.
Oh wow.
But I think this is going to be a close one, too, and it'll be a high-scoring affair. I'll go 35-33.
Yeah.
Steelers.
Defense is not showing up.
Nah.
Okay. All right.
So there you go. And then last but not least, we'll wrap up the show with this one. NFC current Super Bowl, the top 4 chances, okay? Green Bay.
Curious.
16% chance making it to the Super Bowl. The Los Angeles Rams, 16%. Eagles, 15%. Tampa Bay, 14%.
Well, not
And for your Cowboy fans out there, 2%. And then for the AFC, Kansas City, 20% chance.
Wow. The
Okay.
stock is just soaring.
Indianapolis, 16%.
Fancy.
Buffalo, 15%. And Pitt, 11%.
They're the fourth.
They're the fourth.
They being Pittsburgh
Yeah.
is the 4th best odds to win the Super Bowl or get to the Super Bowl from the AFC.
Right. Now, the one that had me wondering was the NFC one did not include the Lions.
No. Fair enough.
So-
Yeah. And then I think Tampa Bay not being higher than 4 with what they've done. It's there. A lot of that's history
Yeah.
and sustaining things.
We'll see what happens. All right. Well, there you go. Check out those ball games with us and
Yeah.
tune in to next week to see where we were right, where we were wrong. A 4-1 for me this week. 3-2.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
way it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time, we hope that your team will climb back onto the winning track again.
Yeah. Get back in there.
As always, if not, Just wait till next
Wait till
year.
next year.
Bye, Jay Roscoe. Thank you very much for tuning on in.
John Henricks.
Until we meet you again, we bid you a fond aloha.
Ahui ho.